Dr. Ravsal, could you outline the work you are doing in your country or region to reduce disaster risk?
Yeah, you know, in 2000 we had a big disaster, drought followed by heavy snowfall and very cold winter. So that time there was a lot of loss of animals, of the herders, that caused the poverty of rural people. Since that time, many scientists and engineers and politicians and some experts decided to join together to do something to contribute to reduce disaster risk in Mongolia. So our work is, you know, we did several case studies. Then we followed some testing of pilots. That is very practical outputs to benefit people in rural areas, particularly herders. So these pilots usually to protect environment and also to provide some early warning of the disasters, and also to increase income of the herders' houses. That's the general, the outline what we are doing.
Thank you. What actions contribute to reducing the risks of extreme events? Please describe an initiative in your country or region that reduces disaster risk and helps people adapt to climate change.
Yeah, recently we finished, our team participated in development of the national strategy for disaster, national strategy on risk management caused by the climate change, and also developed some action plan. This strategy and plan based on our findings and also tested pilots. That's why it's very realistic, we think. This includes early warning systems and information system development, also some combat desertification activities, particularly introducing liquid gas that reduces use of the bushes in the Gobi area. This is a protection of the environment. Also, it helped the climate change adaptation. And also there is we plan some activities to increase number of the camels, to raise camels, to substitute milk and dung that used for fuel. Because this happened, the shortage of these things happened because of the loss of cattle, because this climate change, pasture condition, etc. So also recently we introduced some new information system that is we called My Homeland. This system helps to build some reliable business relationship among the stakeholders, including local government and herders in the mining activities. You know, mining activities are intensifying in Mongolia. It might also cause or intensify climate change, and degrading pasture, and also increasing dust emissions and other things. This is the main activities that we are doing.
What do you consider the way forward in linking climate change adaptation and disaster risk reduction?
Of course, we need to implement this strategy. And secondly, we will continue our participatory research and also engineering and also the piloting. And also we more consider on the solutions. It's important to find the solution, how to adapt to the climate change, how to mitigate risk, how to reduce it. It requires some engineering tasks. And of course, any solutions can be implemented as the result of the consequent processes. So we are thinking about to analyze and develop the processes in order to optimize them, make these activities more efficient and also cost effective. Yeah. Yet another third thing is that we think that adaptation is also the economic development, particularly at the grassroots for families, households. Just simple increase of the simple employment opportunity for the people who already lost their livestock in the rural area. It's also the reduction. It's important to reduce the vulnerability. These kind of things, we think it's important to consider.
Why is this IPCC special report important, and how will it help governments deal with climate change and disaster risk?
We think that it has two aspects. One is to guide and also to convince the government and the authority to use these outputs of the science and technology, and very particular level of the grassroots and grassroots people. Yeah, and secondly, it's also to involve all members of the society. It's a challenging opportunity for them. It is not climate change adaptation or mitigation risk is not task for government or scientific community. It's also the task for general people and also businesses for all common, to solving all common issues and also improving their livelihoods. That's why these two things I think are important.
I would like to ask you just a follow-up question. Why do you think this IPCC special report is different than other reports? Why is this one important?
Because in my understanding, this report is to link together three different communities. One is the climatic research scientists, and second is the policy makers. The third one is the field disaster managers. They are people, these three communities are working in different scales, different dimensions. So linking these three things is important. It requires some new understanding, common understanding, and also some new methodologies, I think.